Today, we are playing around with some new equipment. I've got the NATO hand grip that I got off of Amazon on Amazon Prime Day on the Osmo Pocket 3, just to test out the ergonomics of it. We're also using some ND filters today. We're using the 16, ND 16. I've got the rest of the ND filters with me. It is very, very bright out here today. I've got the exposure value set to 50, shutter speed set to 160 because we're actually shooting in 30 frames today instead of my usual 24. Obviously, we're using this in D-Log so I can practice color correction. So today's an experimentation kind of day, okay? Actually, let me set my timer. Okay, I told myself I'd be doing 75 hard. I've kind of fallen short on the gym part, so at least we get the walk in, which I think is the most important part. But we're over here at the Chagrin Nature Reserve today. Let's see what we can find out here today. Here is the map of the area. Not an area to cover. We are currently, where am I? Well, there's Squire's Castle. We are here, right here. Yeah, because this is Tom Center Road. Now, I don't even know if ND 16 is gonna be enough for this kind of light because it is bright out here. It's very bright. First impressions though, with the hand grip, definitely easier to hold the camera and pan it out, mess with settings. Just feels a little bit easier to control, which is a good thing. Having good control over your camera obviously is a very important thing. Secondly, I feel like less of my body is involved with the movements of the camera itself, so hopefully a lot less shaking. So we're gonna be playing around with this a lot today and just taking some cool videos and some stuff outside, man. We're outdoors today. No feeding and absolutely no fishing. I hope we see a blue heron today. Blue herons are really big birds in the Ohio area. They have a wingspan of like 7-8 feet or something. They're tall too. They're like 4 or 5 feet tall. So they're a really, really big bird. They're around that height. I could be wrong, but they do reside out here in this nature reserve. So I'm hoping we find one today. I saw one last year. It was actually one of the coolest animals I think I'd ever personally seen. I don't know if I caught it on camera. I can't wait till we can get the second handle in from the male so I can switch to my left hand if I ever need to. Now in these darker areas, it's gonna look a little darker because of the ND filter and since I'm using manual lighting settings, but that's fine. I mean, a majority of the time, it's gonna be bright out here. I wish I could put my wide angle lens on too with this ND filter, but unfortunately you can't. It would just be nice for some more, you know, area being covered behind me and around me. I can set the lighting settings to auto and just not worry about it and put on the wide angle lens. I should have brought a map with me too. It's been a while since I actually traversed this trail. It's not a big trail, and it's hard to kind of get lost to be honest, but I still wish I brought a map with me. But unlike the last video where I was attempting 75 hard, I brought water this time. And I got I don't know what side it's on. It's on this side somewhere. Got an extra one with me, just in case. Take this little bridge right here. We're walking over a little pond. I don't think it's that deep to be honest, so if I fell in, it wouldn't be a problem. I could swim out of this, right? Probably not. Look at this. I wouldn't say it doesn't feel like this hand grip's gonna slip out of my hand, but it is pretty smooth, even though it's got like a rubber grip to it. So I just gotta get used to holding it, I guess. But yeah, look at this. I haven't shot a video in 60 FPS in a while, so I think I want to try shooting in 60 FPS again for videos with a lot of motion and stuff. But like I said, I'm just experimenting right now and trying new things, which is the fun part of having camera equipment. It's just trying new stuff. And what was that? I just heard what sounded like either a really loud goose or maybe it's the animal we're looking for. We're gonna go towards Buttermilk Falls Trailhead because I hear people over here. It's also really clean out here too. No littering, and people actually respect that rule, which I like. If there's one thing I hate, it's littering. So I'm glad people actually try to take care of the area instead of letting it, you know, get messy and whatever. This is a nature reserve after all. So you should take care of your environment. While we're walking through these forests, we're gonna switch to the auto lighting settings for a bit, just because it's a little darker over here and I don't feel like messing with lighting settings and stopping when I have a set amount of time I want to walk. There was a group of people back there just sitting on the bridge, just with their kids. I don't know if it's like a camp thing or what. But yeah, the kids are just playing down there in the rocks in the water, just kind of doing their own thing. Keep in mind, we're gonna be looking for that sign right there. On our way back, Buttermilk Falls Trail. Also, I wanted to say thank you for all of the new subs on the channel. I didn't expect a lot of people to really like that it's never too late to start over video. So I appreciate that. Well, not a lot of, but a few people were commenting on it saying how they've always wanted to try an idea, or what do they do? You know, they're a certain age and they're just like not sure, you know, fresh out of high school or something even. And the way I look at it is like this, right? For one, if you're fresh out of high school, the world is literally your oyster. You have the freedom to try whatever, and not a single soul will question anything that you do for the most part. Look, that's a lie. People will question it, people will judge it, people will say, don't do that. Do the norm. But you got a long life to live. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 in a few months. Sometimes I kind of wish, I don't regret, you know, I don't have any regrets. Let's just put that out there. I don't really have any real regrets. I don't regret going to college because I would have met a lot of my friends, my wife, and so forth. But I wish I knew what I know now about content creation, and I would have taken a chance with that. But you can't change the past, right? So if you're young, you want to try something, your younger years are the best years to make your mistakes and try things, you know, because it might take you somewhere. It might make you successful. You never know. For any of my older folks out there, right around my age or even older, same thing, man. We all make mistakes. We've all had successes and failures already in life, but it doesn't mean anything. That's what life's all about, you know, learning from your mistakes, trying new things, and keeping it pushing, man. Like, it is what it is, you know? I don't know if I like this trail. This is an all-purpose trail we're going on, but it's taking us back into civilization and out of the woods, which I don't know if I want that or not. We got about 10 minutes left on the initial walk. Oh wait, I know this area, hold on. This area is one of the beginning stages that leads to Chagrin Falls, and it's sort of connected to it, right? Oh, there are people down there. Honestly, that's kind of dangerous, but yeah. Hey, like I just said, take risks, right? Try things, you know? It is never too late to start fresh. You're not defined by your age. There's no real world rule that says once you reach a certain point in life, you gotta stop trying to chase dreams and whatever. There's no rule for that, man. Okay, do we want to take this trail? Sure. I like this area so much more than Squire's Castle, just because the Squire's Castle trail, it's either really populated or it's really, really isolated. You have more options over here. Yeah, there is no definite rule that says you can't chase a dream or a goal in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You're supposed to stop dreaming and just kind of live casually. If you want to do that, then do it, right? Then do it. It doesn't really matter. But at the same time, if you don't want to do that, then don't. Side note, I don't remember who said it, like what YouTuber said it, but there was a YouTuber that recommended using sunglasses when vlogging. It makes it a little less awkward to look people in the eye when you're walking around and filming in public. And I agree. I felt significantly less awkward with a pair of sunglasses on. Ever since I lost my job and started going on trips like this and doing random things like this, traveling all over Texas and all that stuff, man, I felt like that one unemployed friend that somehow has enough to just do whatever. I am. At this point, it's like I could be either depressed from being broke or not having as much money as I, would like, or I could be depressed working a job I hate. I don't actively go out of my way to hate jobs. Let me just clarify that, right? I don't hate jobs at all. You need money to survive in this world, but this is the bridge we were just at. Everybody's gone. That's weird. All right, well, everybody's gone from over here. We are heading in the right direction. I don't hate jobs, let me clarify that. But I figured, well, I got a lot of stuff I want to accomplish now. I've got a lot more free time. I've got money saved up. I've got all the equipment and gear that I could have wanted. Might as well take a shot with YouTube stuff, like I've always done. This time we're in a better position compared to 2-3 years ago. I have a better vision and understanding of what I want to create, which I think is the biggest thing. I have a better understanding of everything and the goals I want to pursue with content creation, the people I want to interact with and work with. Literally not going to be a better time if you ask me. So we're taking full advantage of this freedom. It's been about 4 months and life has quite truly gotten better for me. By the way, listen, this is a sponsored piece right here. I'm officially sponsored by Corduroy's bean bags. They make some of the most comfortable bean bag chairs out there in the market. Shout out the frogs that are making noises and agreeing with me. You should go check out the link in the description down below. That is my partner link, but I also have a code, which is JAY216, JAY in all caps, 216. Use that code and your next purchase at Corduroy's, get yourself a beanbag chair, man. I've got a whole cool announcement video on the channel you should go check out, but I would greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Can't really see it, but we've got about 2 minutes left. So I figured we'll try to see if we can circle around this trail a little bit, but I don't really see that happening. We might push forward like an extra 7 minutes or something, strictly because since I did this accidental loop around to basically back where we were at the beginning, it's not gonna feel like a full 25 minutes to get back to the parking space. And I wanna make sure it feels like a full 25 minutes. So as soon as this hits the mark, you know, we're gonna add on like 7 minutes, walk this way, to set a timer for 18 minutes, and just loop back around to over there, because it won't feel like a full 25 minutes, so. And there we go. I'm gonna reset this timer really quick. We'll set it for 10 minutes this way. We got poison ivy over here. For people, poison ivy is nothing more than a nuisance that causes an itchy rash. Oil in all parts of the plant sticks to skin, clothing, and pet fur. Contact during any season can bring skin irritation. I just realized you guys couldn't see this. For birds, poison ivy provides a lunch. Really? It produces berries loved by bluebirds, woodpeckers, warblers, cardinals, and more. Deer and rabbits nibble stems and leaves. Interesting. So you can find poison ivy basically anywhere. So yeah, we don't want to touch that. Let's not go play in the poison ivy. All right, let's continue forward. I am sweating. It's hot out here. It is a smooth 87 degrees right now. I actually didn't even know that. It's hot out here today, man. All right, first impressions with the NATO grip. It's been a pretty smooth experience, I would say. Pretty comfortable to hold for the most part. I will admit, squeezing it like this made my fingers kind of feel like they're falling asleep, so maybe I was cutting off my blood circulation a little bit doing that. But otherwise, it feels pretty comfortable, feels sturdy. Feels secure, which is the most important part, obviously. It is very secure. And it just feels easier to get these like dynamic, like feeling angles anyway, they don't look dynamic, but these angles, like it feels way easier to maneuver this thing with this grip versus holding the body of the camera. So I'm definitely gonna be using this long term. Y'all think that giant bee is real? Okay, we seem to have gotten ourselves lost, but not in the bad way. In the way where I've accidentally repeated the same location like 3 or 4 times. So I'm actually closer to the parking lot than I thought. Yeah, one wrong left turn led me over here. So we need to go, where do we need to go towards? All right, I don't know what I've done to get lost in this kind of way. Like I know where we're going, but to basically fully circle back around to where we were before without even realizing it, not my brightest moment. So we're gonna take this trail a little bit further, get a little more walk in, you know, because I have butchered it. I think the next thing on my list is going to be a backpack holder for the Osmo Pocket 3, so I could just sit it like right here, or get like the full like body chest strap mount thing. I think that'd be pretty cool to try out, just for fun. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a different area. Very glad we decided to push forward and go somewhere else, because before, we were going right back towards the parking lot. So this area is where I actually saw the blue heron last time. It was about a year and some change ago. This whole little area is a river or a pond, but it's kind of glazed over with like algae or moss or something. And there's definitely no blue heron out here today. I remember I saw it with a random older lady in her like 60s who was really big into exploring and trails and hiking. And we had a long conversation about nature and physical health and the importance of walking and all this other stuff. I hope she's doing well, man. That was a nice, sweet older lady. Once again, absolutely no fishing. I do know you can walk through this area, but I am so terrified of getting ticks. I think we're gonna go start heading back towards the main area. I also think there was another route we could take up here too. So maybe we'll just do that instead. All right, testing to see how this sounds, because I've got it on the left side of my backpack. All right, no blue heron today. I think I'm just gonna start heading back towards the car. We were a little off with some of our decision making today. And yes, I'm roping all of you into this, all right? You're all a part of this journey right now. I want to get your opinions on how this audio sounds like, because I've got the microphone this time on the left side of my backpack versus in my shirt where it was a little uncomfortable. But I'm gonna play this back and hopefully it sounds good. All right, we're gonna keep this part a little short because it's hot in this car. I'm sweating like crazy right now. But that was a lot of fun doing this little nature walk and testing out the new handle. Can't wait for the second one to come in. And then want to find a nice place that has either low interior lighting or it's just generally dark on the inside, and test out the lamp. So see how that looks, see how comfortable that feels with the entire setup. It feels like it's 100 degrees in this car right now. So like I said, I'm keeping this short. Thanks for coming with me on this little nature walk, man. We're gonna be doing more of these, of course, since we're in the middle of the summer in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio specifically. I look forward to it. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, sub to the channel. Remember, you can still do anything you wanna do in life. Age doesn't even matter. A bug just landed on my leg. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Have a great day.